yeah, I do think that given everything that's going on in the world, there's sort of a psychological kind of reevaluation, and like what is the there are big questions. What is the purpose of art? You know, and what does art do now? What can art do now? And I mean, as I think many would agree, art is an incredibly powerful tool, and has been, and especially through times of crisis, and so part of what I'm going through in my mind is what does my art do that is like relevant, and is not just a pretty thing to look at. So that's sort of where I'm at.
Thanks for sharing. And it's quite clear, like through your artistic practice and your work, the point of access, and that as a link for the work that you do. And also that's kind of reflected in Akin Projects as well. And so what's like the state of initiatives for Akin Projects? Have they been mostly paused, or are there things that maybe the audience should know about?
So Akin Projects, our manager of programming, Janet Hinkle, she was amazing at, or has been amazing at converting our in-person programming into a virtual format, and obviously there are limitations, but she's been very creative in sort of devising ways of engaging with people in similar ways, even though they can't be in the same room together. And I mean, it's been great to see how innovative and just creative many arts organizations have been in doing that type of work, and really like flipping the way that they typically operate. So I've been happy to see how we've adapted, and I think that the learnings that we'll have as a result of that will now just be incorporated into the future too, and we'll just continue doing a lot of that digital programming, because for many people it is more accessible than having to, like, you know, travel and go to a place. You know, we'll once we can, we'll return to doing a lot of in-person things and art exhibitions, and we have all sorts of things sort of in the planning stage. But yeah, it will be great because there'll be sort of this new element that we didn't really do in the past, that we've had to learn how to do quickly, and can now continue with that into the future. So yeah.
And so in the wider community, what's a cool project that you've seen lately?
I think the best is Black Lives Matter Plaza, the street mural in Washington D.C. I think that's the best art response to global situation that I can think of, and was like so quickly done and so effectively done, and yeah, it's just it's like an amazing and inspiring thing to see. So I would say that.
So impactful, definitely. Thanks so much for joining us today, and to end on a positive note, there's been a lot of pockets of positivity, but what's something that you're grateful for today?
I think this touches on something that's been part of our conversation, but that time for introspection and sort of self-analysis. I think that's one of the most important things that is being forced upon people right now, and people really are having to take a long, hard look at themselves and understand themselves a little bit better and understand the context in which they live a little bit better, and maybe understand how they can live their lives how they can live their lives differently and in ways that make them happier, but also improve the lives of people around them too. And I'm hopeful that as a society we will use this as an opportunity for change and vast improvement. Yeah.
Thanks so much. That's so well said. And thanks again for joining us today and trying to unpack some of these deeper topics that's happening in the now as we're trying to process them, as we're confronted with it, because it is a period of uncertainty. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Kohei. Without him, this would not have been possible. So thank you both very much.
Thank you both very much, Kohei and Emily. It's a pleasure to meet you though virtually, and yeah, thank you for inviting me to join today, and yeah, I look forward to hearing or watching some of the other interviews that you're doing as part of this project, and best of luck with it.
Thank you. Thanks so much for tuning in. We would love to hear your thoughts or questions. Please let us know in the comments and review section, and we'll try to cover it in the next sessions. If you enjoyed this content, please share and subscribe for more episodes. For latest updates, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Art Focus Exchanges.